Hi there, today I'm going to be listening to The Record by boygenius. Yeah, I haven't listened to this album yet. I have heard the three lead singles, which are $20, Emily I'm Sorry, and True Blue. And I really need to listen to this album as soon as possible because, when you finish listening to a playlist and the Spotify algorithm just starts automatically playing songs? So many tracks from this have come up for me, and I keep having to skip them really quickly, so I need to hear this before I get a spoiler. Before we get into it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, that's really appreciated. Feel free to follow me on social media, and feel free to check out the uncut reaction to this album, which will be up uncut on Patreon, if you're interested in supporting the channel. Let's get into it with track number 1, which is Without You, Without Them.
Mother, before him, who would I be without you, without
It's really pretty.
them? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, until the words run dry, we'll see eye to eye. I'll give everything I've got, please take what I can give. Thank my Father before me, his mother before him. Who would I be without you, without them?
Okay, a really nice understated opener, keeping it short and sweet. I think it's an interesting choice to start things off with an a cappella song. Also a very short song. I did love the harmonies. I feel like we're gonna get a lot of those throughout this album, and I thought that they were really pretty. I think that their voices sound great together. I'll say that I enjoyed it. I don't think I would ever really return to this on its own, at least based on first impression, but I actually kind of like it as an opener, as an intro. And I also thought that the lyrical theme was really cute, of like thanking this person's parents that came before them because they wouldn't exist without them, and thanking your parents for bringing you into the world because without both of your parents you couldn't be together. I think that that's really, really wholesome. Let's get into the track $20. I have already heard this, as I already mentioned. I'm not going to talk about the three singles that I already heard a whole lot. You can go watch that video if you want, but I will still listen to them for the sake of getting the experience of the album.
It's a bad idea, and I'm all about it. Give me one more chance, and then I finally had it. When you wake up, I'll be gone again. On to the T-bird graveyard, where we play with fire. In another life, we were arsonists. How long's the Chevy been on cinder blocks? Mama told me that it don't run on wishes, but that I should have fun pushing flowers that come up into the front of a shotgun. So many hills to die on. Run out of gas, out of time, out of money, and doing what you can, just making it right. Gas out of time, risking it.
That song has an amazing outro. I'm still not over it. I will say that that actually became my favorite of the three singles now that I've had more time with it. I love how the lyrics are kind of about like being unsatisfied with your life and wanting things to change and making impulsive decisions. I can definitely relate to some of that. There's something about the kind of chaotic rhythm of that song that makes the message of it feel a lot more passionate and a lot more genuine. And like, I don't really know how to describe it, but the song just feels a little bit volatile, which I feel like really matches up with the lyrics. So yeah, my favorite of the three that I've heard, or I guess the four that I've heard now. Let's get into Emily, I'm Sorry.
She's asleep in the backseat, looking peaceful enough to me, but she's waking up inside a dream full of screeching tires and fire. Emily, I'm sorry, I just make it up as I go along, and I can feel myself becoming someone only you could want. Just take me back to Montreal. I'll get a real job. You'll go back to school. We can burn out in the freezing cold and just get lost. I can feel myself becoming somebody I'm not. So I'm 27 and I don't know who I am, but I know what I want.
So that song genuinely makes me pretty sad and kind of hurts my feelings. I relate to some of those lyrics to an uncomfortable level. I just think it's really beautiful. I actually find it quite moving. It's not one of my favorite songs that Phoebe's ever written or anything, but I like it. Let's get into True Blue, and then everything from then on is new material, or material that I haven't heard. Yes, let's get into True Blue.
You said you wanted to feel alive, so we went to the beach. You were born in July 95 in a deadly heat. You say you're a winter bitch, but summer's in your blood. When you called me from the train, water freezing in your eyes. You were happy and I wasn't surprised. And it feels good to be known so well. I can't hide from you like I hide from myself. You already hurt my feelings 3 times in the way only you could. I remember who I am when I'm with you. Your love is tough, your love is tried and true blue. You've never done me wrong except for that one time that we don't talk about, because it doesn't matter anymore. Who won the fight? I don't know. I can't hide from you like I hide from myself. I remember who I am when I'm with you.
All right. I think that song is very sweet, very wholesome. I think it's adorable. It makes me happy, but it also kind of makes me want to cry at the same time. It's very conflicting emotionally. We love a healthy relationship anthem though, and I will say that the chorus of this song specifically has been stuck in my head a lot since I first heard it. I find it quite catchy. Yeah, from now on, I don't know any of these songs, so that's exciting. Let's get into Cool About It.
Met you at the dive bar to go shoot some pool. Make fun of the cowboys with the neck tattoos. I'm trying to be cool about it, feeling like an absolute fool.
A little bit of banjo, a little bit of country.
Telling myself I can always do without it, knowing that it probably isn't true.
I remember it's impossible to pass your test, but I'm trying to forget about it, feeling like I'm breaking a sweat about it, wishing you would kindly get out of my head about it. Once I took your medication to know what it's like,
Bad idea.
and now I have to act like I can't read your mind. I can walk you home and practice method acting. I'll pretend being with you doesn't feel like drowning, telling you it's nice to see how good you're doing, even though you know it isn't true.
A little bit of country in that one, I feel like, with the banjo especially. I don't usually like country. It's like, is there a country album on my wall right now? I love Lying. No, country music doesn't usually work for me, but sometimes it does, and I actually thought that this was nice. I appreciate the experiment. I also really enjoyed how all three of them had a chance to shine on this one and all had a verse. The lyrics seem to be about, like, when you break up with someone and you feel like they've gotten over it a lot more quickly than you have, and you wish that they were still upset about it, so you have to act like you don't care too. Ouch. It's nice. It sounds really pretty. I noticed the line, I can walk you home and practice method acting. I'll pretend being with you doesn't feel like drowning. I love that line. I also just saw that it interpolates The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel, and I thought that melody sounded a little bit familiar, so that makes sense. Let's get into Not Strong Enough. I am aware that this was released as a single, however, I have not heard it.
Black hole opened in the kitchen.
Okay.
Every clock's a different time. The way I am, not strong enough to be your man. I tried, I can't stop staring at the ceiling fan and spinning out about things that haven't happened.
Do you see us getting scraped up off the pavement?
I really like Julian Baker's voice. She has a really sweet tone. I enjoy it.
Not strong enough to be your man.
Always an angel, never God. 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 Always an
I relate to the title because same. Um, this definitely feels like the biggest song so far. I appreciate that it had a lot more energy since Cool About It was so like low key. Um, I loved how it built up in the bridge. I also loved the vocals at the end of the bridge and in the outro, how they felt a lot more powerful. Um, and I also feel like, you know, the vocals got more and more emotional the longer it went on. Um, yeah, I feel like that's probably my favorite so far. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's my favorite for now. Let's get into Revolution Zero.
Imaginary friend, you live up in my head. So I've been making music so I can kick their teeth in. If it isn't love, then what the fuck is it? I don't wanna die. That's a lie, but I'm afraid to get sick. If you're not enough, then I give up, and then nothing is. Used to think if I just close my eyes,
That's pretty. You know I'm gonna say I love the strings. That's like my whole thing at this point. I actually don't know how I feel about this one. It's fine. It's not bad. I just couldn't really find anything about it that made it that memorable, and I'm kind of struggling to find things to talk about. Or that might change, but as of right now, I'm just kind of not feeling it. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know why it's called Revolution Zero. Like, I get that it's a Beatles reference, obviously, but I don't really see what about it is connected, so might have to dive into that one. Hold on. I want to read the Genius description. Revolution Zero was originally titled Paul is Dead after the Beatles conspiracy theory. Photographs shared by album producer Catherine Marks show the original title. Okay. I also don't really know what this song is about. I had a hard time following the lyrics. So yeah, not my favorite on first listen. It's fine. Let's move on to Leonard Cohen.
On the on-ramp you said, if you love me, you will listen to this song. And I could tell that you were serious, so I didn't tell you you were driving the wrong way on the interstate. But it gave us more time to embarrass ourselves, telling stories we wouldn't tell anyone else. You said I might like you less now that you know me so well. I might like you less now that you know me so well. Existential crisis at a Buddhist monastery, writing horny poetry. But I agree, never thought you'd happen to me.
Okay, so that was short and sweet. I thought that the first verse was very, very wholesome. On the on-ramp you said, if you love me, you will listen to this song, and I could tell that you were serious, so I didn't tell you you were driving the wrong way on the interstate until the song was done. I just think that that's so sweet. I don't know. I also love the sound of Lucy's voice. I feel like I need to check out more of her solo work, whether I do it on this channel or on my own time. Um, I wish that the song was a little bit longer and a little bit more fleshed out because I actually quite enjoyed it despite its length, but it just feels like it's maybe a little bit too short to make a huge impact, but I thought that it was nice. All right, let's get into Satanist.
Will you be a Satanist with me? Mortgage off your soul to buy your dream. Trying to score some off-brand ecstasy.
I do love the sound of this one.
Will you be an anarchist with me? At least until you find out what a fake I am. Spray paint my initials on an ATM. I burn my cash and smash my old TV. Will you be a nihilist with me? If nothing matters, man, that's a relief. Avoid becomes a bore. We'll treat ourselves to some self-belief. Oh, you know what I should do? If you can even be seen from so far away, it's so hard to come back. You hang on until it dries. You wonder.
I loved that this one had a noisier, heavier sound to it. I love the chaotic bridge going into the slower outro. I love the scream. I'll bring up their harmonies again. They sound beautiful together. This is probably my favorite now, and I'm glad because I needed kind of a pick-me-up since the last the last couple of tracks have been a little bit more low-key. I will say one thing that this album does quite well is pacing, because I find as soon as the songs start to get a little bit too slow and stripped back for me, they kind of hit me with a more upbeat one. So I feel like this track was placed perfectly, and yeah, I feel like the order of the songs here is really well put together. And I also really need to check out Julien's music too. Again, whether it's on this channel or on my own time. I am really loving her contributions to this album. Maybe the most out of any of them, so I really need to check out Julien's music. I will make a mental note for myself. All right, let's get into We're in Love.
You could absolutely break my heart. That's how I know that we're in love. In a painting, and I told you of your past lives, every man you've ever been. It wasn't flattering, but you listened like it mattered. Some October in the future, I'll run out of trash TV, and I'll be feeling lonely. So I'll walk to karaoke, sing the song you wrote about me. Damn, that makes me sad. It doesn't
Me too.
have to be like that. If you rewrite your life, may I still play a part. I can't imagine you without the same smile in your eyes. There is something about you that I will always recognize. And if you don't remember, I will try to remind you of the hummingbirds and the winter lunar halo and the walk we took in the redwoods. I could go on and on and on, and I will.
Okay, Miss Swift. Beautiful. I feel like that's also another favorite. This one is also a little bit painful emotionally. I feel like I'm probably gonna end up crying to this song at some point. I know I'm gonna end up crying to it at some point. The instrumental is pretty simple, but it's also really pretty, and I feel like that makes the lyrics hit even harder. Speaking of lyrics, there was one in here that really hit me. If you rewrite your life, may I still play a part? I don't know. I really love this one. I love how the lyrics seem to be about like being so in love with someone and being so afraid of getting your heart broken and like just not being able to imagine your life without that person. I feel like I'm tearing up as I'm talking about it. I will say that since a lot of these songs are so mellow and like so stripped back, I feel like at least some of these are going to be growers for me, although I do love this one a lot on first listen, but I feel like I'm really going to grow to appreciate this song. But yeah, one of my favorites on first listen. I just thought that it was really pretty. I love the lyrics. Yeah, love that one. Let's get into Anti-Curse.
Getting deep. I'm out of my depth at a public beach. I never listened, I had to see for myself. Making peace with my inevitable death. I guess I did alright considering. Tried to be a halfway decent friend. An honest fool is more bad habits than you can count. I'm swimming back. See, you don't have to make it bad. Just 'cause you know how. To the worst love song you've ever heard. Sounding out the foreign characters. An incantation like an anti-curse. Or even a blessing.
Okay, I also really enjoyed that one. I feel like the last few have been really strong. It's catchy, it's fun. I love the bridge. The line, "You say you don't have to make it bad just 'cause you know how," feels like a personal attack, but that's fine. Yeah, I feel like there was maybe a little bit of a lull for like a couple of tracks where it was kind of losing me a little bit, but I definitely feel like I'm back into it. That being said, we are at the final track, which is called Letter to an Old Poet. This feels like it went by really quickly, actually. I was a little bit worried because I am recording this at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday for no goddamn reason. I don't need to be recording this right now, but I am. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I was worried it was going to feel like it was taking forever, but this went by really quickly. So that's a great sign. Let's get into the final track, Letter to an Old Poet.
I said I think that you're special. You told me once that I'm selfish, and I kissed you hard in the dark, in the closet, and I love you. I don't know why, I just do. Ooh. You made me feel like an equal, but I'm better than you, and you should know that by now. I should have left you right there with your hostages, my heart and my car keys. Wanna be happy, I'm ready to walk into my room without looking for you. I'll go up to the top of our building and remember my dog when I see the full moon.
Oh man.
But I
Wowie. I almost made it through the whole album without tearing up. I was already feeling pretty emotional, and then the me and my dog reference in the bridge kind of sent me over the edge. No tears though. I sucked them back in. What a way to finish an album. I feel like this is my favorite track. I'm also just gonna mention the harmonies one last time. I gotta do it. The lyrics in this one are pretty toxic, but also very real, and I feel like they create kind of a tense atmosphere, but it's also really pretty. Alright, let's go over favorite tracks. Okay, my favorite track is A Letter to an Old Poet. I'm also gonna shout out Satanist and We're in Love and also Not Strong Enough. I'm gonna pick 4. Yeah, it's a nice album. I won't say that I'm like blown away or anything, but I enjoyed it. There's quite a few songs in here that I really love. I can also see this being an album that I revisit a lot. I feel like this would be like really easy to listen to, really relaxing, so I can see myself returning to this a whole lot. I appreciated that there were some more catchy, upbeat moments in there, but there were also a lot of really emotionally moving moments. I feel like it did both really well. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I guess that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, again, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to let me know what you think about the album. Feel free to let me know what your favorite tracks are. Also let me know if I were to check out Lucy and Julian's music. First of all, whether you would want me to make a video about it, because I might just do it on my own time, I don't know. But also what I should check out, because I don't really know anything about either of their solo discographies, so let me know. Yeah, feel free to follow me on social media. Whole Uncut Reaction is up on Patreon. And that's all. Have a great rest of your day or night if it's 3 a.m. for you like it is for me. Goodbye.